It's really nice to realize that you have a choice. To realize, maybe let's start with your highest desire, something you really, really want for you, um, for your life, for your happiness, for you. And when I ask people this question, often it comes back to wanting to be happy. That's very common, to experience peace, to have connection, to have purpose. So for me, purpose was a big deal. I didn't want to feel like I was going through my life without a deeper meaning or reason for all of this. And every day, my happiness really depended on whether I felt like I was living my purpose or if there was something purposeful happening. And I'm still kind of fueled by that. But what I love about the meditation style that I do and the teaching that this is that we realize that the source of all our desires actually comes from this infinite silence within all of us. There's endless space, there's presence, which is naturally occurring all the time. That's why it's called the infinite. And it's actually by thinking and filtering and believing in time that we're removed from that. We identify then with something else. We identify with the thoughts, we identify with the emotions and the stories around the emotions, and we identify with this idea of a me that's broken and needs healing. Now, the path of being healed is a good one. So if you're playing there a lot, great. And there's definitely a lot of healing modalities which really do help people. And definitely when I've needed help, I explore healing modalities as well. But beyond that is a perfection, is an endless truth that all of us can return to or tap into or explore. And that truth is beyond the idea that there's something wrong with us. And from that foundation, we naturally gravitate towards what we need to live in this world, which could be still healing modalities and things to do with time and relationships and all that stuff. But that's not the end game. The things in life, the happiness isn't put into these things. The end game's not there. The source of the happiness, the source of the purpose comes from within and comes from this absolute knowingness that everything's fine now. And that's the part that I'm super excited about with all the people I know in my life, is that when you start to realize that the house and the job and the partner and all that add to a sense of security and happiness, but there still could be something missing, you might start to look deeper. And that's where people come into this contact with the source, the eternalness that's always there, regardless of whether your house is beautiful or not, regardless if you have a house, regardless if your house burns down or gets flooded. Like, your happiness isn't wrapped up in that. There's a happiness that dwells within you that's always there, and then you play in this world. It's like most people feel very attached to their partner and perhaps need them to tell them how wonderful they are and how much they're needed and loved. Yet if you find that love within yourself first, then your relationship with your partner can change to be more pure, more loving, more focused on contentment and praising each other rather than needing and taking from each other. So it's just this shift from looking everywhere to find your happiness to discovering the source of the happiness is within you. And meditation does that. It turns your attention inward to actually let go of the thoughts that there's something wrong, to let go of the thoughts and patterns that there's something missing, to let go of the thoughts and patterns that around the idea that you're not good enough or unlovable, or you need to change to be good enough or lovable. Like, all of that stuff, most people in the world have. We all have those patterns to certain degrees. And they play out in life differently. Like, for some people, they might choose to be very sociable and work a lot or whatever, and that gives them the sense of purpose, and the sense of being loved. Other people, it might be through relationships or many different relationships. You know, I'll leave you first before you can hurt me, so I'll just have lots of casual relationships. You know, there's so many different ways it can play out. But it plays out differently for everyone depending on just our circumstances. But the patterns are the same. And when we can come back to that pattern, we realize that our highest desire, or the thing that's been fueling us all along, is actually within ourselves. And meditation taking us there allows us to reconnect to it. So the thoughts that tell us we don't have it fade. And the experience of having it, of feeling that fulfillment, that divine purpose, a happiness for no reason, a gentle love for all, so it's unconditional, that just naturally starts to grow and becomes your ongoing experience. So there's many people that I know that live on this planet Earth that actually are living in this state of contentment, connection with the infinite, a union with God, dissolution of the individual self, realizing this unconditional love or this endless peace is their natural state of being. And they live that and express through that all the time. They might forget sometimes, but who cares? You know, it's fascinating to see that that's not some pipe dream or something just for a few monks on a monastery up in the Himalaya, or something that perhaps someone wrote a book about thousands of years ago. It's actually a choice and a living experience on the planet now. And I feel very blessed to be around people that are constantly talking about it, constantly exploring it, constantly sharing that, constantly cheering each other on to have a richer and deeper experience of that eternalness of who they are. And gosh, did you see that? That bee just about hit me in the face. And so the invitation is, if this resonates with you, learn our meditation. Why not? Super cheap. Couple $100 somewhere in the world, teachers all over the world, guidance all over the world, short courses, long courses. It's all there for you to discover this for yourself and play in your highest desire, play in your dream.